Word up! Georgia Japan here, bringing you more information from a Japanese TV show. Now, I've covered a few of the pranks on London Hearts before, and they were pretty amazing. But one thing about doing prank shows or shock humor is that you're always setting yourself up to doing bigger and crazier things. So how do you outdo doing a 34-day date prank or staging this huge elaborate prank in Russia? Simple. You spend even more time and money on it. And that's exactly what they did here. This is the concert prank. So the premise of this prank is they're going to convince Kano Eiko that he's becoming like a musical star, and they're going to stage this huge concert for him. If you don't know who Kano Eiko is, I introduced him a bit in my first video about London Hearts, and in a nutshell, he's just a really narcissistic comedian. Some other information that might be relevant here is that he's a huge Lark fan, and his childhood dream was to become a singer or actor. Some other things. Actually, comedian was at the bottom of his list, which is really amazing because he made it as a comedian. I don't know of any comedians that actually made it without really wanting it that badly. Kano Eiko is a real rare exception, I guess. Anyway, so they're going to convince him that he's becoming a musical star. That sounds pretty crazy, but in the previous prank with him, he made this song for the model that was supposed to be falling in love with him. And this song was Teardrop. This song actually received a whole bunch of ringtone downloads. So the manager is telling Eiko that from that song, they received an offer from a record label to produce a CD. From that meeting, Kano Eiko totally falls for it, and he goes from being somewhat annoyed with having a meeting with his manager to being like, oh my god, I'm going to become a musical star. And yeah, London Hearts did get a real record label to do this. So Kano Eiko and his manager go to meet the producer. As you can see, he's in a more rock outfit. I think he's drawing inspiration from Daigo, a rocker slash talent. And yeah, he plays a little bit for the producer, and the producer's saying he likes what he hears. And the producer tells him he wants to make a CD with 5 songs. So of course, one of them is going to be Teardrop, the song from the first prank, and he wants Kano to produce more songs. And the producer asks him to start spitballing songs at him right there in the meeting, and he starts playing. I will say that about Kano's musical talent, his melodies, yeah, they sound pretty good. His lyrics are incredibly childish, but his tunes are pretty catchy. The producer tells him he wants him to make a song called Perfect Love, and right there on the spot, he tries to make it. Seeing how willing Kano Eiko is to just make songs up on the spot, Atsushi tells the producer to make a song called The Milkman of India. And without any doubt, Kano Eiko starts making a song about delivering milk in India. Utterly ridiculous song, but again, pretty good melody. So they got the first 3 songs for the CD already done in the meeting room. And the producer starts asking about his artist name. He's like, we don't want you to go under the name Kano Eiko. We want you to go under the name 50A, 50TA, go top artist. But in reality, this is actually 50 years of Telebi Asahi, because this was made for TV Asahi's 50-year anniversary. Again, Kano Eiko, no questions about the names. Alright, we'll do it. 2 weeks before the actual recording, he's gonna have this meeting with the record producers again in a hotel room. This is where Kano Eiko is brainstorming the next song he's gonna make. So of course, Atsushi already has hidden cameras in the hotel room to film the brainstorming process. And we're greeted with Kano Eiko in a bathrobe and a guitar. He's just kind of rocking out to a bunch of other famous songs. Maybe he's trying to get inspiration from other music. But it seems like he's kind of having writer's block right here. He can't think of the lyrics. So he flips on the TV. Maybe he's gonna get inspiration from TV. And he switches it to, one of them pay channels. So as he's watching the pay channel, you can hear some of the moans in the background. He starts writing his next song titled Go to Heaven. Anyway, so that's gonna be his 4th song. The record producer comes in, he plays his new song. They want him to do a dance along with his song, so he's showing, I guess it's right there on the spot, but he just made up these weird dances. It's what am I even watching? But what would London Hearts be without something kind of romantic? So they bring in this lady, she's the new employee, and they leave her to tend to Kano Eiko while he's making another song. And she tells him, of course, I'm here to do whatever you want. Kano Eiko's like, oh, could I get a massage? She gives him a massage. Yeah, she's telling him, if you asked for anything, I wouldn't be able to say no, so go ahead, ask for anything. Oh, could I get a hand massage? It's a hand massage. Is that really all you want? I'll do anything. Musicians are pretty selfish like that. I'll do anything. He's like, oh, could I rest my head on your lap? Okay. I don't know what to say about that, but anyway, after that, Atsushi tells her to leave, and that's about it from her. So the next time they meet is for recording. So it's Kano Eiko, his manager, the producer, and that lady. And the producer tells him for the last song he wants him to rap. Like, just introduce yourself, but in rap form. Again, right there on the spot, Kano Eiko starts making up a rap. The lyrics are totally ridiculous, and the producer is unable to hide his laughter anymore. He's literally just covering his face with his hand. So the recording goes very smoothly. But actually, behind the scenes, Atsushi has been working on creating this huge live concert, which will be like Kano Eiko's debut concert for the CD sale. And the producer is now telling him that for your debut, we're gonna have this big concert, and Kano Eiko starts tearing up. He's just so happy. Kano Eiko wants to tell like his friends and talk about it, but the producer's like, no, you have to keep this a secret until the right time. Don't tell anybody. We're gonna start promoting this in January. It's December now. We're not gonna promote the CD just yet, so keep it a secret, okay? And Kano Eiko again, just crying tears of joy. Yeah, actually, I will say that there are 2 points in this prank where I felt that, wow, things are getting kind of dark. And this is one of them. I mean, it's one thing to prank somebody about a date, but this is Kano Eiko's dream. I know it's a ridiculous thing, but pranking somebody about their dream. I mean, when Atsushi was pranking Degawa, I could feel that there was some love towards Degawa, and this prank was generally in good spirits. But with this one, no, it just seems like Atsushi wanted to get some high ratings. Anyway, I just felt that maybe this was a bit more mean-spirited than the other 2 pranks. Alright, so now that it's January, they're gonna start promoting it. Of course, they're not really gonna promote it because it's all fake, but they got this music show. It's a real music show. It's just that Atsushi is going to be the voice of heaven here, asking Kano Eiko a bunch of questions. The first question Atsushi asks him is about the meaning of 50A, and surprisingly, Kano Eiko forgot. He's like, I'll check on that after. Hilarious. He also gives his typical cringy answers to questions, like, what do you want most right now? Maybe wings. And Atsushi's like, if you had wings, where would you fly? It's like, Atami, which is a town known for hot springs. Like, what? Anyway, the next interview question, Atsushi slips up. He wants to ask him, what was your inspiration behind the Milkman of India? But that question is just so ridiculous, he actually laughs mid-question and has to stop talking for a bit, which gets Kano Eiko a little confused. But Kano Eiko actually follows up nicely, like, are you asking me about the inspiration for the Milkman of India? And he's like, yeah. He gives this really weird explanation about how, not a lot of people in India drink milk, and I want to spread, the information about milk, how you need to get more calcium in your diet, and yeah, that's my message behind the Milkman of India. And yeah, I guess that went off without anything being too revealed. The next promotion is going to be him meeting this famous musician. Again, one of the big rockers in Japan, and he's interviewing Kano Eiko about his musical inspirations. Again, Kano Eiko, very narcissistic dude. He's actually talking down to this legendary rocker, which is starting to really piss him off. But again, it's for the prank, so he's holding it back, and he's still praising him constantly. I mean, this is a guy who's played at the Tokyo Dome over 50 times. And Kano Eiko hasn't produced a CD, but he's still talking down to him. Hilarious. In fact, Kano Eiko even goes so far as to say that he's not targeting just Japan. No, he's gonna go international with his music. I'd love to see it. Anyway, the interview goes off without a hitch, but it seemed like Kano Eiko's very arrogant remarks really got under the skin of this legendary rocker, and at the end he told Kano Eiko not to take music so lightly, which I guess kinda inspired him, because in the following days, Kano Eiko started training even harder, voice training, doing sit-ups. I guess what he said kind of resonated with him. So yeah, finally, it's January 18th, 2009, and Kano Eiko is about to make his musical debut on a fake concert. So let me tell you what makes this so crazy. This is a real venue spot. There are 13 cameras, plus one for a fake DVD documentary. Those are all pro cameramen, by the way, that actually work in the music industry. All of Kano Eiko's visual effects and choreography are made by real people in the music industry. There are 1,000 fans gathered, and they've actually gone to rehearsals, so they know how to react to Kano Eiko's songs. Everything has been staged perfectly. Kano Eiko has even made a promotional video. Look at that production quality. That is real production quality. And the concert begins. Kano Eiko is very nervous here. You can hear his voice tremble at some parts. His hands are shaking as he sings The Milkman of India. Great choreography in the background there, very nice, top notch. Just like in a real live concert, he does a little bit of a mic performance, and I was impressed by how he's able to segue into his next song. It's pretty good. Next song is the song he made while watching an adult video, Go to Heaven. Yeah, and melody isn't that bad, it's just the lyrics are repetitive and really cheesy. Yeah, the audience reception is really good, and I don't know if maybe that's why the audience was just reacting so well to him, that after the second song he has a very important announcement to make. And that announcement is, he's going to retire from comedy. After singing 2 songs, he makes the announcement that he's done with comedy. He's gonna only do music from now on. I mean, he hasn't sold any CDs yet. This is just his debut concert. He's making this crazy, oh man, it's brilliant. He sings his 3rd song, which is the rap with really ridiculous lyrics. At this point, the London Hearts crew is starting to show up in the big video in the back. Again, the audience has been told not to react to that, but they're starting to come out during the concert. I would like to note that during the rap, Kano Eiko does try to do the robot, which again was not planned, but very hilarious. His final song is Perfect Love. It is really catchy. It's corny, but it's not that bad of a song, I gotta say. So yeah, the concert is pretty much over, but the London Hearts crew has staged an encore call, and this is gonna be the big finale. So he's singing Teardrop as the encore song, and the London Hearts crew has placed this rose on this other walkway that Kano Eiko is gonna go and pick up. You may have seen that there's this big 50A logo. That's actually a pitfall trap. They're gonna end a prank with a pitfall. But I gotta say that I think this is a very good use of the pitfall trap. Not like the one with Degawa in Russia. I think it actually kind of adds to the prank. I mean, it could have been better. Again, just some random idea, but how about halfway through the song of Teardrop, instead of a pitfall trap, it's like a platform that raises the whole London Hearts crew into the audience so that Kano Eiko can see that he's singing directly to them. I don't know, just another random idea. So yeah, as he's making his way onto the walkway, he's high-fiving his fans, and he's at the top of the world. And he falls straight to hell. There were 13 angles to this shot. Great. Yeah, again, this is the second time I did feel that, oh man, this is getting a little dark. I don't think I've ever seen Kano Eiko that sad. Oh wait, maybe I have. He was involved in this affair. Yeah, he looked sadder there. So Atsushi reveals that this whole thing has been staged, and Eiko is just totally dumbfounded. Atsushi also reveals a few finer details on his clothes that were hints that this was a prank. His jacket actually says made in Atsushi, and his badge underneath it says Atsushi desu. Atsushi reveals that the Milkman of India song was his idea, and he knows just how Go to Heaven was actually made. And lastly, he calls out the producer, which shows, well, there's not gonna be a CD. And yeah, that's the prank. Pretty crazy. Again, 60 days went into this. 1,000 people paid to be a fan. Again, the scale of these pranks are really what amaze me. Yeah, it was entertaining to watch. I did say there were a few dark parts, but I would like to kind of introduce this theory that, well, either Kano Eiko is the most naive person in the world, or maybe he's like a comedic genius. I ask you to entertain the idea of, what if Kano Eiko knew it was a prank from the start and was just playing along? Now, there's a few reasons why I think maybe he did know. Right at the start, when the manager tells him about this offer from a record label, Kano Eiko reacts in the exact same way he did in the previous prank when the manager told him about a drama offer. Now, I don't know, maybe that's just the way he reacts to any kind of good news, but what if that was him telling us that he knew right from the start? Another thing is, well, the Milkman of India. Seriously, what kind of record label would ask you to make a song called The Milkman of India? I think this song request would have been enough for him to realize, yeah, this is for variety. And I think the way Kano Eiko was making songs up right there on the spot might have been because he knew variety TV was watching and that's what they want to hear is this sudden song. The last thing that makes me believe that maybe he did know it was a prank all along was his retirement announcement. Again, Kano Eiko hasn't made any money from this CD. He hasn't done anything really as a musician. This is just his debut concert. There's just no reason for him to retire from comedy right now, especially not before debuting as a musician. But maybe he knew it would just add to the prank if he had to eat his words at the end. So yeah, those are some reasons why I thought maybe, just maybe, he knew it was a prank all along. Anyway, so my theory is that Kano Eiko is either a complete naive fool or a comedic genius. There's gonna be no in between. He's one of the extremes. And judging from this prank, I thought maybe he was leaning more towards comedic genius, but in future TV appearances, I guess probably naive fool is a better description of him. Anyway, oh boy, this is one of my longer ones. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sticking it out to the end. I'll keep doing my best, trying to bring you interesting stuff. And yeah, that's about it. So have a glorious day.